I'm Jamila Mustafa, and today here at BET, we exclusively have Miss Reima Houston here to tell us the truth, in her opinion, about what is going on between Bobby Valentino and the alleged, prostitute and all of these things.
Yeah.
And little do they know that this is a college-educated woman. So tell us how you identify with yourself.
I identify as a transgender woman. More certainly, I identify as human.
Now, let's talk about why we're here today. You've been in the news surrounding this humongous blowout with Bobby Valentino, who's to the public, straight man, R&B singer. Tell us a little bit about what happened that day, the clip that so many of us have seen, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, but tell us the story behind the visual.
Okay, so the story behind the visual dates back to about July, when I first met Mr. Valentino at Birthday Bash in Atlanta. Bobby Valentino had an event at a club, and me and my friends met up with them at the club, and he, chose us to come to his VIP section, and things came where we just, ended up in his booth with him.
What was that? What was the conversation like? What vibe would you say that you got from Bobby?
I got the instance of, I'm about to be put on into the industry. I got that vibe of, you meet a celebrity, he's talking about the industry, entertainment, he's talking about putting you into things that's going to get you into the limelight of what you went to school for. I got, okay, this is it. I never got that vibe that would be more than just a business, because once again, I'm in the club. So you have people in the club that approach you all the time. And then when it's a group of girls, you don't know who he's giving that vibe to. So I just had the perception of, oh, I'm just chilling. Okay, this is about business. Let's get to it.
Right. So when you told him, I'm a transgender woman, what did he say? What was his reaction? Did he say, I already knew that? Or was he like, okay, no problem?
He gave it, you give the image of a woman. I'm not going to be asking you to speak. I'm going to be asking you to be seen. So I'm not discriminative against you being transgender. It wasn't, it wasn't like he was like, oh, you're trans. Okay, I'm shying away from it. It wasn't given that. No.
So from the time that you and your friends met Bobby Valentino, were you guys communicating?
From the time, yes. So on my Snapchat, I always put up the geo filters of what city I'm in. Like, hey, I'm in New York, or hey, I'm in California, because it's like different, it's exciting. Yeah. So when I got back in Atlanta and he seen that I was back in Atlanta, that's when he hit me up like, hey, you're back in town. I see, because he was already following me through my social media outlets, which once again, tell that I'm transgender.
So when he hit you up, and you, of course, accepted his invitation, he accepted your invitation to come over, and he came over, how did it end up to him running down the hallway and you basically saying, if you want your stuff back, you know what to do? Right. How did it go from, I want to put you in a video, to him running down the hallway and us ending up here?
Yes, let's get to that point. So basically, once he enters our home, and I told you he told my friend to leave, which was the other transgender that was at my home, he tells her to leave because she even leaked a video where she said, he asked her to exit the home. So when he gets to my home and we're talking.
Question.
Yes.
Did you feel any reservations, or did she feel anything when he started to ask her friends to leave? Was there any red flags to you at that point?
She never said anything about leaving the home. Now, when he said to leave the home, I did understand that, when you get to the industry and certain contracts need to be signed, it's more of like a one-on-one level, and not everybody needs to be in your business. And seeing as though she was not the heterosexual woman that I was with Birthday Bash, and she was just a friend in town with me, I could understand how he wanted things to be personal, so let's keep business as business.
So you really, it sounds like you were really under the idea that you genuinely were.
It was like, manipulative.
Look, yeah.
That's the right word for it. It was very manipulative. It was very much manipulative. I've had that before besides Bobby V. Like, guys will find a way, and not all guys, but certain guys will find a way to bait you in, to get you into the situation where they know you're going to breathe life into that situation, to get you where you need to be. And then when it's just one-on-one, they're going to hit you with what their initial or initiative thing that they wanted to do.
And what was that for Bobby Valentino, in your opinion?
I feel it was sex. I feel that Bobby's intentions was to not embarrass himself, to say that he wanted to have sex with a transgender in front of a group of heterosexual women. So he waited till it was the appropriate time to come at me when it was one-on-one, to get to the point of matter of what he wanted to do.
When did it turn from just, okay, we're talking video, to whoa, whoa, whoa? Okay. For you.
And that's exactly what I said. Whoa, 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 hello. So I live in a studio apartment.
Okay.
So studio, everything's in one. So I have my sofa in there, I have my bed, everything's one. So you have the couch, which is right in the middle of my home. where he was sitting. And then you have the bed area, which is right next to the couch on the opposite side of the room, which I was sitting. As he's speaking to me about everything, once he gets to a point where he's talking about, you know, transgender and stuff, and he's talking about my backstory, and I'm explaining to him like, yeah, I'm, you know, mass communications, this is what I did, this is how I, you know, he's speaking to me. He gets up and starts undressing himself. As he does this, he's talking, you know, I see the pants coming off, so at first I'm like, wait a minute. So I grab my phone. So as I grab my phone, he's like, what you grabbing, you know, what's going on? I'm just like, well, what's going on with this? You know, your pants are coming off, you know, what's going on? I'm like, well, maybe you have the wrong impression, maybe there's something, you know. So I hand him his shoes. As I'm handing him his shoes, he knocks his shoes out my hand. Once the shoes are knocked out my hand, I'm just like, okay, yo, hence is why his shoes are still there. Which, because he rushed out the home and you knocked him out, which knocked into my closet, which everything connected. So you didn't really have time to find your items because you were too busy trying not to be on camera with me recording you. So then when I lift up his pants to give him his pants, his keys get knocked out because he threw his pants down. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just like this on my phone, slide up, camera, boom, I'm on recording him. He's like, what you doing? So he grabs his pants, pulling it up, trying to get out the house. In the video, I'm saying back up because he's rushing towards me, like trying to grab the phone on my hand. And I'm like, back up in the video. And then in the video, you hear me say things such as, okay, get out of my home. And he's like behind trying to get dressed. He never wondered, where are my shoes, where are my keys? He's just trying to get out because he don't want to be recorded.
This is the key question that I think had everyone alluding to the fact that you were a prostitute or whatever about the money.
Right.
That was the whole thing that people were like, the money, and they just put, I guess they just put two and two together and said.
And the thing about it is, before the money was even spoke about, it says, if you want your shoes and your keys, not anything about sex, not anything, okay, if you want to come, you know, if you want your shoes and your keys, then, because you put this false pretense as though I'm about to be put on some gigs that's going to take me places, not only career-wise, but financially. But you gave me the whole different story once you got that one-on-one. So instead of you turning around and come back and get your stuff, you know I was recording, you just try to scurry off and run and get away from the camera as quick as possible, even making threats after you left about if the video is leaked about you.
So you did not have sex with Bobby Valentino.
No.
There was no oral sex, there was no physical conduct as far as you are concerned. Thus far, Ms. Houston, have you been contacted by Bobby Valentino or his legal team?
Yes, his legal team has reached out to my PR first about cease and desist to halt the press conference that went on today. Furthermore, today, during the interview, they have released that they are applying for an arrest warrant for criminal charges due to extortion that they say dealing with $2,000 and extortion.
So they're prepared to take you to court?
Sounds like it, yes.
And you're prepared to lawyer up with your team as well?
Absolutely.
And here we are. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Good luck to you in the courtroom and good luck to you in life.